Ya udah ASEGRAP. Asik-asik. Jelas ek. Langsung aja ya. Roll di intro. Anjay.
You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the champion of light endures. Each time he gets a little closer, each time another detail falls into place. Now, the trap works against the herald of darkness.
Gimana guys ya? Semoga saya satu selesainya ya. Asik-asik ya. Nah sekarang adalah act terakhir. Ya. Jadi kita akan cycling sampai act 3 doang. Gue lupa banget. Baru inget nih musuh anjing.
Shit. What are you, the King Hillbilly?
Gak mati bangsa. Gak mati lu. Gila, gue pakai player gun. Nah, di sini cuman ada satu doang nih.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
Ini ada di sini nih. Biar yang di old ASEGRAP. Nah, udah. Dulu lagi ada di act 3. Oh, udah habis. Udah full. Oh, ini jangan-jangan disiapin sama si Emma ya? Nah, entah kenapa di sini ada bergaji mesin, baru inget gue. Aku Goblok. Oke. Nih, di sini kita bisa pakai telepon, cuy.
So one morning I was running. It was in the fall. It's about 6 o'clock in the morning. It was the sun was just coming up, and there's this huge estate right on the Long Island Sound called the Ziegler Estate, and it's monstrous.
Makanya kalau kalian sadar, gue selalu ngecek di kesini gitu loh, masuk ke telepon-telepon.
They're spiked, very very sharp.
Apakah cuman ke
But
trigger
it's,
di F3 doang
I
nggak?
mean, acres and acres of land. And so I'm running, and I'm listening to Tosca, listening to opera. And there's a moment in Tosca where Tosca's about to stab Scarpia. Okay, and it's very, very dramatic. And it's like, there's this huge duet. And so I'm running, and you can see the breath coming, you see my breath coming. The sun is coming up, and there's this incredible scene happening. And all of a sudden, in the distance, I look, I see something that's on the fence. And as I'm running up, I realize it's a deer. And the deer has tried to jump over this fence, like 8 feet high. Tried to jump over the fence. It landed on top of the fence. It caught it in its chest, and it slid all the way down. So it had opened the deer
Hah? Itu
from
kayak
the
diulang ulang.
chest to all the way down its stomach, and it was still alive. It was flailing, absolutely flailing. I remember just this music, and the thing was running, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Absolutely couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I couldn't get at the deer. It was on the other side, so it's like the idea of okay, well, you should help the deer, try to put it out his misery. I couldn't get near it, and it was huge. It was gigantic. And so and there was gigantic horns. I mean, it was a visual I will never ever forget. And I just remember as I was running, and just these flock of crows that were in the trees just flying. It was the most cinematic, frightening thing I've ever seen. I just stood there. I stood there until it died. And then just started running home.
Lalu intinya apa, bangsat? Oke, kita lihat TV dulu. Ada di sini.
So I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not gonna keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do? I actually kinda like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town? They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah. Yeah.
Berarti sudah dikonfirm ya si Barry sama si sheriff yang cewek itu tuh, yang di Alan Wake 1 yang default.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be right along to save my ass?
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
Oh, lupa gua. Wih, anjing lupa. Oke.
Clear now.
Yeah, thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before I'm scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. You okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's not your fault. I think one of those, what did you call them? The takers? I think they did something to the power and they got me that way.
I'm sorry. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Kepencet tadi, sorry boy.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
Wes. Santai bos. Oke.
Okay. I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
Karena udah gak ada yang bisa dilakukan apa-apa, jadi kita langsung aja buat.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this. Returning to the observatory for what he hopes is the final time, the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows he will have what he needs.
Let's go.
Hello, I was expecting you. I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area.
Second part of our interview with Serena Valdivia and award-winning photographer Alice Wake. Now, Alice, we were talking about your husband,
Okay.
Alan Wake. He had a source of...
Oh, sini ya. Wih, santai bos.
Very good. The legal registry is inside.
Right there, Doctor.
Nah, wih, santai bos. Anjing sakit. Oke. Berguna banget itu buat dia buat ngelawan si gergaji gede. Kayak di Resident Evil ya, gergajinya. Santai bos. Oke. Let's go.
Come on in.
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep and then you disappeared mysteriously. And then the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Si brengsek. Itu yang tadi gue bilang referensinya adalah tentang persepsi masyarakat terhadap Alan Wake ya, yang menciptakan Mr. Scratch.
You need to protect the telescope or we can't complete the signal.
Oke. Mana lagi? Oke. Oke. Udah mulai terbiasa gue, boy. Woi, saya santai, bos. Woo.
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you all right?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now, but technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Scientist.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but
Signal! Yes, it's completed.
finally. If all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now. Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No. You can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could—
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
Kenapa lu ngerti kan jadinya?
In a strange way, he feels at ease.
Lebih cepet ya?
He's armed with his own
Lanjut.
words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation. Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't show it. The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
Nah, kita langsung teleport ke sini. Langsung ketemu anjing.
Plan, do you?
Aduh, salah pencet tuh. Oke. Woi, santai bos. Oke. Nah, buat yang ini tuh cuman ini doang gue. Nah, ambil flashbang. Oh, nggak bisa. Kiri doang. Kok salah? Apa kanan doang ya? Oh, kanan doang. Goblok, salah gua. Ngapain? Oke. Lari.
You're never getting out of this, Wake. Never. Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life. Start sounding desperate.
You knew I am a psycho. I told
saudara ya. Woi, santai bos. Car with the flashing red light.
Think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
Di sini kali. Nggak ada ya? Bukan deh. Lah hilang. You process this to the main entrance. Oh ntar bos, kita nggak kesini dulu. Kita keluar. Di Act 2 lupa ada telepon ya. Oh ini nggak ada. With the red light. Di sini boy. Terakhir. Mana ini anjir? Baru kita lurus lagi. Udah komplit manuskripnya.
Oh, hey.
I'm hoping I can put an end to this now.
You'd better. I really don't want that to happen to me again. It's like somebody vomited in my brain, like a sleazy movie that keeps looping in my head.
I'll stop this, I swear.
You know the part that's really screwed up? If you mess it up, it'll just keep happening forever, right? I don't think I can deal with that.
Don't think about that.
I don't think of anything but.
Hey, afterwards, when all this is done, look me up. This thing, I can probably help you deal with it.
I don't know. It's almost like I'm not even in the same world anymore. Everything's just weird now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of that'll pass with time. But being touched by the darkness, it's rough on you. It's a lot to process. And I just don't want you to get completely screwed up by this.
Might be a little late for that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, there's degrees. At least you're not at a point where you go around picking fights with people over not changing their light bulbs often enough.
What?
Never mind. All I'm saying is, you're not alone with this. And anyway, you're friends with Alice, so, you know, any friend of hers.
Thank you.
Moving images are a different story. I'm still learning a lot about it, to be honest.
So, this is a new thing for you?
Oh ya, namanya nama filmnya Sunrise.
But showing it like this is definitely a new step for me. It's a little weird taking something this intimate and showing it to everybody. Not that the material itself is somehow shocking. It's just that those were private moments.
But that's why it works, because it feels genuine. It's not so much a story as it is a sort of an echo, showing us how you saw your husband at the time. It's not really about the sunrise itself or Alan watching it. It's about you two together.
I suppose. It's funny, looking at it now, especially now that it's been edited like that. It takes on a life of its own, almost. It's a kind of a fantasy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you're right. I'm glad you talked me into it.
Nah gitu boy. Judul filmnya Sunrise, ciptaan Alice Wake, yang menceritakan kehidupan momen-momen bahagia bersama Alan Wake. Tipenya kayak postingan di sosmed sih.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
Oke. Oke. Bisa emang ini gua. Oke. Ngabisin sekalian lah. BTW ininya si lampunya Alan Wake terang bet ya, terang beterang anjing senternya. Okay.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
Oke. Seperti biasanya nyalain, walaupun nggak ada di manuskrip ya, iseng aja nyalain. Ini ganti jadi 2, ini ganti jadi ntar sebelum ganti ambil dulu, ini geser ke ujung 2 kali ya. Ini masukin filmnya Alan Wake, Alice di sini ya. Mana sih? Gue lupa. Oh di sini. Ini film reelsnya. Nah ini ganti baru. Udah semua. Dan tuh nggak ada kabut-kabut lagi kan? Kayak di setiap terakhir episode di 2 episode belakang.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's my life.
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time, and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Oke, jadi itu keseluruhan cerita dari Alan Wake American Nightmare. Konsepnya loop sequential skenario gitu. Intinya adalah gini, dari cerita Alan Wake American Nightmare, jadi Alice sudah benar-benar selamat dari Dark Presence. Dia sudah di dunia, sudah di New York, beserta dengan Barry, sama Sheriff, sama Cynthia Weaver, dan semua orang-orang yang ada di dalam Revolts. Oke, itu poinnya yang kita dapat. Terus reflect dari Alan Wake Special Episode 2 The Writers, itu adalah manifestasinya. Jadi gini, ketika Alan Wake stres, dia akan berubah menjadi bisa dibilang in bad condition. Terus ditambah lagi dengan persepsi masyarakat terhadap Alan Wake di publik. Dia yang beringas, dia yang temperamen, dia yang suka emosian banget, bahkan bisa nampol paparazzi karena ngambil foto sembarangan. Ya harusnya jangan sih, izin dulu gitu. Untuk dijadikan cerita, ceritanya dibikin buruk sehingga makin lagi citra Alan Wake di publik buruk. Oleh karena itu, Alice sebagai istri yang sangat mencintai Alan Wake membuat sebuah film spesial yang ditayangkan di dalam pameran bertajuk Sunrise. Jadi dari Dark Presence jadi Sunrise. Isinya tentang pengalaman romansa Alice bersama dengan Alan Wake. Sehingga itu yang membuat persepsi masyarakat berubah menjadi lebih baik terhadap Alan Wake. Itu bisa ditunjukkan dari ketika di final scene tadi kurang satu detail, yaitu adalah masukin filmnya Alice yang berjudul Sangat. Kurang lebih gitu boy. Mungkin nextnya kita akan ketemu di situ lagi, gue nggak tahu. Intinya stay tune terus di ASEGRAP. Kita akan mainin Alan Wake 2 gitu kan. Dan next video dari Baymu, I love you all. Sambil juga sedap.